States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. We do have proper proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. Any members of the public who wish to speak shall each have 3 minutes. All right. If not, we'll go item number 1, budget transfers and amendments. Sitting on that?
Got it.
I had it. I don't know. I made it right. No, I'm gonna find it. It's gotta be right here. And not have lost it. No, thank you.
I make a motion to approve budget transfers and amendments. Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 2 is to discuss the holidays. I think you probably had a list of holidays before you. We do have a list of the ones that are federal holidays and the ones that are, I guess these are federal too. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 names. However, we have a few that we have,
This was last year.
from time to time, switched around a little bit in order to be able to give the employees a 4-day weekend. And I think we can pick whatever we want. If we want to go back to using just the ones that are actually said to be state holidays, then, well, I guess state and federal, there are 12, we could take those. And then anyone that wants to take off longer for Christmas could take a day of holiday before or after. And for other holidays too. But that's the reason that sometimes we don't take every one of them. Sometimes we want to switch them around a little bit in order to give people a long holiday.
What do you want to add a day of Christmas?
I think Clyde wanted to talk about it. We don't take every one of them. We switch some. We usually don't take Inauguration Day at all. So that gives us another day that we can put with Christmas or Thanksgiving. Sometimes we take Columbus Day, sometimes we don't. I know last year we took at the 4th of July, the 4th was on Thursday, and so we took Friday off as a holiday rather than some of these other ones. But you know, no rhyme or reason really, other than trying to give us a long holiday, which I always enjoy. I think probably everybody else does too. But we can do it however y'all want to do it. That's the list. So what do you want?
Judge Grant, the only comment that I want to make on the Christmas one is that is a payroll week, and so if we aren't back in on that Friday, then that means we have to back payroll up to before the holiday, which is going to make it due to us and enough time to process it, which is going to back it up.
And that's what we talked about before. Is
So I just want y'all to keep in mind
taking a
that.
second day, but trying to take it
Wednesday and Thursday.
what works better for our processing.
I mean,
Because everybody wants their
we'll
paycheck
deal,
too.
or whoever's here, we'll deal with it either way,
Yeah.
but
Yes, yeah. But anyway, that's why we don't take the absolute 12. we alternate some of them.
Well, I mean, the only thing, my concern was we gave Juneteenth last year, and we're not giving it this year.
Right.
And
Well,
I
we're
mean-
getting something else this year in the
I mean, we
way.
could take something else off and still give that,
All right,
whatever,
now,
it's up to y'all, but I'm
whatever
just
y'all
saying
wanna
it
do,
needs to
just
be.
say the word. I mean, I'm on this in front of me of what we're taking.
Yeah, we had talked about 11 and this, I don't know how we missed that.
That makes 12.
That makes 12 if we add it to the list. We kind of.
Would you let it work on Friday after Christmas?
Yeah, I don't think we dodge that,
Can't dodge,
yeah.
okay.
And just add Juneteenth to the list.
Is that what you're asking for us to add that?
Yes,
Okay. Is that a motion?
yes, ma'am.
Vote. Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. All right. Item 3 is budget workshop. Do you have a minute? I think you have a new copy there.
Yeah.
Sparkle your shoes on today. Okay, we have a proposed budget. It's basically what you call a draft, though, because we will be working on it until the 21st when we adopt. I do already have one thing we need to add. In 535, that's the district clerk. She needs new computers, and that's gonna be about $2,500 is what Zane said. So we'll need to add that to line 580.
What page is that, Judge?
535, let me see if I can find that page.
Page 14, I think.
If you're looking on that, yeah. Yeah, 514, it's on page 14. On line 580, equipment and furniture, $2,500. We always forget things. Realize that it's not how much we ask for or have down, because I could surely have typed it wrong. But we made corrections. Made a big mistake on the one before that was the draft. I put 30,000 for inmate care instead of 300,000, so that was a big one. But it's corrected on this, so. Of course, we have entered the correct amount now that we have our insurance. The $12,551.04 is how much the county pays for each person's insurance. $12,000. That is a good benefit, especially since we don't have to pay anything. Everything is paid through our nonstop.
What, $165 per person this year?
increase over last year.
I'm thankful that we have it. I'm thankful that we have it for all of our employees. We talked about a lot of different things as we were beginning our budget process. Have you seen anything else that's been left off?
131 pages, it's gonna take a minute.
Sir?
131 pages, it's gonna take a minute.
Oh, okay, well, I'll give you a minute. And we haven't even really looked at the special funds. We don't necessarily have to decide that today. You can look at those, and we can talk about that Wednesday, those special funds. Of course, part of the special funds is road and bridge, so I'm not saying that those aren't important, but you have plenty of time for that. The main things that we're gonna need to talk about today is gonna be to set the tax rate, to vote to set the proposed salaries and expenses for elected officials, and to announce the date of the meeting where we will vote on the tax rate, and that'll be August 21st. We'll get to that.
What page is a contingency on? Do you know?
Contingency is 670. Department 670.
965, 670, 965.
We gotta find the page first. Oh, too fast.
135 pages.
Is that okay?
We did run them all together, but at least we separated them into pages. This stuff will be there. We're getting close. Page 42. Andy's gonna dance there for a minute.
Here it comes.
We've got a few specific things to talk about. you'd like to talk about on your budget?
Yes,
If
yes.
we had,
We're needing new election signs,
Election signs.
voting signs,
Uh-huh.
like for each precinct. I'm down to about 10 little plastic signs.
now, are you gonna pay for that out of voting box? No.
No,
out of
election expense,
Okay,
yeah,
we budgeted 25,000 for that.
yeah. So,
How much do those usually cost?
it's about $1,100 or more. But they're the chlorplastic is what they call these. They're not the plastic ones. They're like the corrugated signs that'll last a lot longer than those little flimsy plastic ones. When the wind picks up, it's not gonna blow off of the little brackets and blow away.
So you can pay for that out of that 25,000?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we had talked about, I don't know what kind of cases,
They're the DS200 collapsible case.
and you've already got a
32.
post-purchase order and got those?
I have not yet. I'm getting that with ESNS from Chris Moody, the actual, I call him the head guy. I don't know if he's the head guy or not.
We're gonna try to get those in this.
We're gonna try to get them in.
Before the end of September.
It's the collapsible carrying case with an actual case for the computer part.
6 of those, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna try to get those in too, so.
How much do those cost? I forgot.
I think it's gonna be like $3,700.
7,300 for the 6.
3,700.
Say it again.
3,700.
3,700.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
So,
you have enough money this time to go ahead and buy that.
yeah,
If,
and that's for those smaller voting places that, you know. So,
if you can get them in by the end of September, we'll find them.
yeah.
For the signs too,
Yeah.
because we want to make sure we have those signs.
Those signs I need ASAP because I
Can
have,
you get them by then? You can.
I'm gonna call Wards and talk to them and see if they can get on
Sure.
the gun with them because, like I said, I have 10. That's 5 for Fairfield 1 and 5 for Tick, that's it.
Next time, don't wait until you're down to that.
Yeah, yeah,
So go ahead and see if you can get them.
get them in.
As soon as you can, yeah. We'll-
Because we
we'll
are,
run for that.
we are low, low, low. I mean, we had that big wind storm that last election and it took almost all I had. So, and this next election, I'm trying to get some chairs in the back of our election barn. Fold-out chairs, I don't care what kind of chairs. When I train our judges back there, there's no place for them to sit. And, I would say at least maybe 10 to 15 chairs. They just have nowhere to sit, and they're all just kind of having to stand while I'm training them, and we're going over paperwork and stuff. I don't have any kind of chairs or anything for them to
There's
sit in.
6 or 8 fold-out padded chairs.
That's, would be
Now,
nice.
with the pads on them, over there left in the, old tax office.
This was
Would you
kind of an
ask Steve to-
afterthought.
Would you ask Steve to get those and take them?
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
will.
that's
This was an afterthought when we were back there looking and
Okay.
seeing when we needed to train it and stuff like that, because I do have my judges coming in August to train. And so, it'd be nice if they could sit and sign.
Okay.
So, and, also on my education line, I've asked for it to be up to 2,600 because they have a law seminars for, city
That's what we
schools.
have in the budget already.
There's some, okay. So, I just wanted to make sure that that was looked at because it's not the
You
same
can get a copy,
seminar.
you can get a copy of your sheet so you can look and be
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, okay.
Yes, that it's in there.
Okay, I wasn't for sure if y'all actually got a look at that. And then, I'm also asking again for a raise for myself, a 20% raise, because of the fact that this is a job, I know what the pay was when I took it. I had no idea the workload that I was taking on. When I took the job, the lady that I took over for was supposed to help me. Well, she left. I had to learn this job all on my own. I had no idea what SOS was. I didn't know what an SB Senate bill was. I didn't know what an HB was. I had no idea. I taught myself. I called SOS. They helped teach me. We had 11,000 voters when I started. We've got a little over 13,000 now, which I'm kind of proud of that. And I sat there and I read a lot. And I'm not a reader. I don't like to read at all. But I taught myself a whole bunch. I made a lot of mistakes. And, but I've learned from those mistakes. I've corrected a lot of mistakes. And elections are not easy. I don't put them together in a week. I don't put them together in 6 weeks. I put them together in about 4 months. It takes about 4 full months for me to start an election. I'm starting on November's election last week. We're already starting to get the ballots prepared. We're starting to get all of that ready. I'm starting on my media sticks. I program the equipment. I deliver all of the equipment to all of the 13 polling places I have, plus the 2 early voting places. I train every judge, every alternate judge, every poll worker. I put together 26 thick binders for all of them to go look at, with all of the SOS papers that are supposed to be written on, signed, sealed, delivered back to me. I do all of that. Now the voter registrar takes care of her job. She registers all the voters. She has to do her job, and she has done an amazing job. What's taught her the best? These past 5 elections we've had back to back to back to back, because she's had to repeat herself over and over and over again to learn her job. But we worked a lot. As y'all know, I went well over my comp hours because I stayed more hours here than I did at my actual house, because we were having to pull a lot of time. And I don't know how the county clerk did her job, and then in figuring it out, I figured out. She had a lady doing the ballots, she had a lady doing the layouts, she had a lady doing this. Well, I don't have ladies. I got myself. I do it all. I talk to ES&S, I do it all. I do all the layouts, I do all the coding, I do all the programming, I do all of that. And that's why I stay up here 12 to 14 to 15 hours. I get in here at 5 o'clock during election day, and I don't leave until 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's a tough job. I'm tired, but I love my job. And eventually I will get great at my job. But it's not an easy job. But I feel like I'm worth the 20% that I'm asking. And so that's all I'm asking for. And if you look at the little pages I've given you, it shows all around the area, Leon County, Limestone County, they all have EAs, they have assistant EAs, they have voter registrars, they have extra people helping them. They're all making a little bit more than me. And so I would appreciate it if y'all did take a look at those areas and see what they're worth, and maybe up in my page tab. I would appreciate it. So, and I think that's where I'm at. Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you.
We have another little bunch over here. Do we have a spokesperson, or is each one of you going to give us a speech?
Go first.
I don't know about speed, but which one say, thank you guys for your, you want me to come up there and then I'll be on the camera? Oh dear, okay.
You're on it anyway.
Okay, I just want to be on the side or something, make sure you give a good side when you did, okay? Make sure you give, where you want me to come? Where you want me to come, right here, is this fine?
I can't get you right there.
Oh, you can't
You're
get me
well,
right
you're really close.
Okay, where should I go where you can't
A
get
little
too
bit
close?
further.
Okay, right in here?
There you
Make
go.
sure you give them a slim side, I know I was gonna be up here.
If you would feel better, you can sit in that chair.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be up here long.
All right.
Okay, so basically we just wanna say thank y'all for your service. You guys have an amazing job, and I'm sure it's very challenging. You have the county taxpayers plus the employees' decisions in your hands. Okay, that's a very big job. Can we agree? I mean, I wouldn't want to do it. But we're here to discuss about the salary raises, if y'all haven't already made your minds up about it yet. We did some calling to Limestone County, Anderson County, Navarro County, and on the administrative side, I apologize ahead of time, we didn't ask about road and bridge, which you probably already done. It's about a $3,000 salary adjustment on the administrative that we're behind on. I know y'all were saying the $1,200 for the employees, but once you put in taxes, and then I know there's some complaints on child care. I don't know how much that stuff is going up, but it just wasn't enough. So we were thinking that on the $3,000, if everybody that did not get the thing that the sheriff's office and DA's office company, if y'all would consider that, maybe you could meet somewhere in the middle, and then maybe that salary adjustment could last for 2 years, and then you would have to come back to do this. we love this county that we work for. I think everyone does an outstanding job, and we just want to have a fair salary for everyone across the board, not just maybe picking and choosing who gets what, or, so just fairness. So we just kind of want to bring that, to your attention on the 3,000, and maybe that's something that y'all can look at if your minds are already made up, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Okay, I'm Carol.
Okay.
Couple of questions.
Okay, so y'all said that y'all were going to pay the insurance for the employees, correct? The insurance, the medical insurance.
Yes, for
Correct,
all the
okay.
employees.
Okay, so how much did that go up from last year?
180,000.
Okay, and percentage wise? Like, did it go up like 34%, like, 17%?
What was it?
Was it
I thought it was,
Was it
I thought it was 18. I thought it was 18.
16 and a half.
Hundred something dollars a person.
180.
I think it was 18% when it shook out.
We did 100.
Because it was 30-something on the rate, and then non-stop backed it
It was
off.
34%, but then nonstop came in.
Backed it
and
off, I
brought
thought
it
it
back
landed
down.
about 18 this
I
time.
was.
16, somewhere in there.
separately from the other.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay, so anyway, so it went up just to 10. So now y'all are paying that for the employees, so how much is it for the dependents? Like, do you have like a number of how much it's gonna cost? Because I'll have to put my kid on my insurance. So I'm just trying to figure out, okay. Because, like that, to kind of piggyback on what Latanya said, we're grateful for whatever we get, but the 3,000 would definitely help a single mom who has a kid who gets a little bit of help from her ex, but not a lot. That would definitely help me out with the increase in the insurance, because I don't want to have to go out and pay private insurance. That's just not something I want to do, because like she said, we love working for the county. I just wanted y'all to consider what she said, because to me, the extra $100 a month isn't going to compensate for the money that I'm going to have to fork out that comes out of my paycheck to cover my child on my insurance. So that's just, we just want to, say that, so that way, if you would consider that, you haven't made up your mind yet, just kind of maybe consider what she was talking about, because that would definitely help me out as a single mom, because I don't have any help, it's just me. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all. Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Can I say one thing real quick? Okay, so when I said we called all these counties, Anderson, Navarro, and the $3,000 difference, well, we got hold of Leon County. And Leon County, in their budget, what they did this year is they voted to give their employees between $200,000 and $3,000 but they put it on the department head. So you can choose to give your employee $200, $300, but it's $3,000 max. So we're still back to that $3,000 difference, which I would think Leon County is a little smaller than us, but that's what they just voted according to the judges in their budget this year. So I just wanted to bring that up. I know it's a difficult time for everybody. Inflation is hitting everybody. Insurance, it's really sad. It's a difficult time, and we're very appreciative that y'all are paying for the medical insurance. It's just if there's a way, and y'all, again, your mind's not made up, that you could look at those salary adjustments for the administrative part that didn't receive, that maybe you look at the numbers, say, hey, you know what, we might meet them 25, between 3,000, and that would be set in stone for 2 years, and then maybe people wouldn't have to come back and ask, again for a raise or something. If you divide that by 2 years, it's really probably $1,500 raise, because I think 1 year, a while back, y'all gave, it was like a cost of living plus it was $3,500, something similar to that. Don't quote me if that's the wrong number, but y'all did something like that 1 year, and that was actually even more. This 3,000 is actually less than.
Well, we ended up making that a permanent thing too, though. That's
Yes, ma'am.
500, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And that helped us, because even looking at where we are, we were way behind, and we still are. But I think with that, at least it'd be more average than where we're at now. So, thank y'all.
Thank you. The sheriff back there is grinning like a
Commissioner Kidd.
I know it's been said, and of course, I always come in here and tell y'all I appreciate what y'all do for the sheriff's office and the employees, because we've done a lot the last, like 5 to 6 years. The problem, you know, what I hear is, you know, well, we've done it for so many years, we've given them pay raises, but the reason why we've done that is because we were so far behind to begin with. And it's like we're just catching up. And so I don't want to see us fall back again when we're actually pretty caught up now. But when everybody else gets these raises, we're not going to be any more. And then next year is going to be even worse on us when we're sitting here going, instead of 2,500 or 3,000, we need about 5,000. You know, because we're going to be that far behind these employees in these other counties that are doing what we're doing here. The same exact job, but we're not making what they make. And I know one of the issues is the taxes, because we're so low on taxes. Yay. I mean, most people, that's what they want. But guess who it hurts? The people running this county. It hurts us running this county, trying to provide the services we're supposed to be providing, and we don't have the money to do it. You know, nobody wants to pay the taxes, but on the other hand, you got to pay the taxes to get the service. And we got to take care of the people doing the service.
I'll address the $3,000 figure, and just say that I think you're dead on that, and I did call around and talk to some other counties, and I talked to a commissioner in Leon County. It was before they finalized, and so I didn't know, but tell me what he expected. But basically, when we done that 1,200 the other day, and like I say, that insurance going up, what I don't even know if I said it out loud, but the increase, the 150, I think it was 165, I just figured it 150 per employee per month. That's a value of 1,800, and then when we done the 1,200, we kind of factored that with monies that we saw in the indifference of what the actual revenue that came in and what was budgeted last year. So we kind of knew for sure that there was that much gap right there. That's kind of how we came up with the 1,200, which was roughly that $3,000. So I know that you can't buy groceries with that insurance money. I understand that, but I want you to know that it was taken in consideration, and you know, it was thought about anyway. So.
And was there another insurance company we could have went with that wouldn't have been so high? I don't know. Now, I didn't ask what Leon County's insurance, who they use. I don't know, but
I didn't guess.
is there, okay.
Yes, we could have.
There was one that would have
insurance
been about, what, $60 cheaper.
A little bit cheaper, but then you would have had.
Everybody would have to start over, getting all their drugs approved, and it was such a nightmare.
And
Last year, we decided we would,
deductible.
and we'd give them a chance for one more year, and the guy said there's a possibility if we didn't have as many claims, he could back off. So we didn't want to put all the employees through all of that.
We had to go through a Zoom meeting too with.
Well, one of them, yeah.
And there was also a situation where theirs was gonna run on the calendar year versus the
Right.
physical year, which was gonna be a
So we
shot
just-
also, so.
Bellied up, I mean, we had, it paid more money to keep from putting everybody through all
And
that.
one thing that caused ours to go up is because we had an enormous amount of claims. I mean, our county employees as a whole, we had a lot of claims. And it didn't appear that all of them were gonna be repetitive. I think he called out that there was one employee that we knew that was gonna cost us some money this year. He didn't say why, didn't call names, gender, or anything like that, just that there was one employee. But he did recommend, don't go to the ER if you can go to an emergent care. You know, there's little things that the employees can do that if we don't make as many claims, then there's a good chance we'll get to keep that same policy and it won't go up or up as much next year.
Hopefully it's
So
not back
the
off.
way that we as employees use the insurance has a huge effect on what our
And we could have got it cheaper if we wouldn't have elected to go with the non-stock again, but we wanted everybody, the zero out of pocket is we're trying to keep that there, because that, I know that helps a bunch. You're not having to pay the deductible.
How do y'all like the insurance, this insurance? It's, I mean, we don't ever have everybody in here, and we never get any feedback. Do y'all like the insurance we got?
I mean, I like the insurance, however, the non-stop card, just to kind of give y'all a heads up on how, like, if you use because you can use the non-stop card to pay any, like, outstanding bills that you get from your insurance company, from the place that you go have your care, like whether it be the clinic or urgent care, whatever. You can pay that with the non-stop card. But if you have, like, if you call the clinic and you go to pay this bill and they say, well, your balance is, say, like $300. You're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pay that. They will flag that, that charge. They will flag a large amount charge because it happened to me. And, you can't, so, but I didn't know that. So if they will flag it, they'll send you an email. You have to send them like explanations of benefits, letting them know that it was used for medical, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, so, I mean, and I did that, you know, but I just had never had that happen, so.
But you got your money back in the long run, correct?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, it's, I didn't know that you could do it. So if you do have like a large balance with like the clinic or whatever, I would just make small payments every now and then so it doesn't get flagged. And if you can't express it, they did tell me that you would have to pay whatever the difference was back to them. So
I've enjoyed mine. I've had 2 MRIs, back injections, I've had mammograms, I've had everything, and not one issue have I had with mine. So,
I actually had an issue with United Healthcare denying a stress test. And so I ended up paying out of pocket for calcium artery scan, whatever, you know, whatever the alternative of that was. And they actually, apparently, we have someone who automatically appeals that decision. I don't know, or maybe that was the doctor. I don't know. There was an automatic appeal done, and it was still rejected. I mean, I'm a 50-year-old woman with a family heart history, and it was referred by my cardiologist for that, and it was still rejected. So, but that's the only problem I've had, and like I said, we found a way around it. I just paid cash for CT scans.
And the only problem I had, Missy, not similar to yours, the car didn't work, and I went in there, I was so embarrassed.
Missy, you
And,
should be able to get that.
I told them, run it again. So I don't know, you can't swipe, I don't know, they had to go in and call them to get the money. I don't know if maybe, because this was a dermatologist, so it wasn't a big deal. It was just a $50 payment, copay that you pay each time you go in there, but it literally wouldn't work. They have to call somebody, I don't know who they call, to get it approved. So that's the only problem I run into with the card didn't work, and that was the dermatologist. Maybe those are considered specialized. Maybe there's something different with the card on specialized, but in her heart situation, I don't know.
But I mean, other than that, having the non-stop card is very helpful, yeah. But we
I mean, because it saved me a lot of money out of pocket, I will say that, you know.
But then,
So we voted the last time to give all the employees a $100 a month raise except elected officials. Is that what we did? Is that, or is that just a proposal?
We can vote on something else.
Is there any other place we can cut? That we can cut some money in our budget to try to help
Yes.
give them a raise?
Do you want to give a larger raise?
I'm just asking if we can cut some money somewhere and be able to take it out of this budget, out of here. I mean, it's just my information.
Well, it depends, how much are we talking about? If we did another $100 for each employee a month,
Okay, it was proposed to do 100 for everybody that did not, you know,
SB 24.
minus the elected,
Yeah.
but not, you know, elected officials were getting either.
Why are the elected officials not included?
I can't hear you.
Why are the elected officials not included in the raise?
Why the what?
The elected
Elected officials.
officials.
Well, I don't know that either.
Oh,
We
okay.
could surely
I
talk
just
about
wonder,
that.
I just wonder.
Yeah. Well, it just seems like whenever we start talking about it, it's just,
I'm not gonna vote to give myself a raise, I'll just put it that.
maybe we could just say commissioners, court members.
Whatever.
You know, we could
I mean,
change it around.
I just wanted to know, I mean, I'm not asking for a raise for me, I'm just asking for everybody.
Wait, can I ask a question? When, you know, we're talking about comparing counties to counties, are our elected officials in line with other counties salary wise? Or are they, or is there that big gap, you know, $35,000
It gets
gap?
smaller every time you give everybody else a raise, and the elected officials don't get a raise.
Well, no, I mean that, not within departments, because that I totally understand. But like, you know, LaTonya was saying that basically,
I don't know, I've not ever looked at.
It's right here, Misty, the tax, the tax attorney, Lord have mercy. The tax office, county clerk, they're at $60,287. There's at $3,000 again. Anderson County is $63,910.
yeah, that's what I was
So we're
asking.
still back to that everybody, $3,000 gap.
Well, when you get to 3,000 this year, their rate's gonna still put them.
It's gonna be higher. And, I mean, I'm not an elected official, but I think you guys deserve a raise too. I mean, you may not wanna vote one for yourself, but as employees, I think y'all do just as much as we do, keeping the office going and caring about your employees to make sure. So he may not ask for a raise versus, but I would ask for one more raise.
Okay, she wants to know why the elected officials don't get a raise.
I told you what I think, but I mean,
It's just harder to give yourself a raise.
Yes, yeah,
It is.
and I've never asked for myself a raise, I've always asked for my employees, but I just want,
I mean, I knew what to tell you right now, so I signed up.
Well, I've been here for about 20-some years. There's been several years we didn't give ourselves a raise and gave the employees a raise. And also, a few years back, we cut our travel by $150 a month. And now it costs more to travel now than it did back then.
And vehicles are a lot higher. When I started in 17, I had 22,000 miles on that 2014 pickup. That's 206,000 miles on it now.
And nobody likes to raise taxes. I mean, whenever taxes get raised, it's all on us. I mean, it's on us. It's not
We
on
get
everybody else. It's
Even
us.
if it's because the values of the appraisal district are raised, we can't do anything with that. But
This is the worst chair to sit in. Wrong chair. I mean, I'm serious. Because you do what's right for your taxpayers and respect them, and you want county employees. And I'm not against anybody getting what they deserve, you know. I've said this before, there's a few employees in this county who don't deserve what they're getting. I don't see any of them in this room, but I'm just saying, that happens, and we can't do a darn thing about it, you know? But it's not a good check.
To give everybody a raise, it would cost $240,000, is that right?
I left in the pickup.
I'm going off the top of my head.
200-something thousand. Give everybody
And
$2,400.
that's elected officials and all.
Give everybody $2,400 raise.
But now, I don't know.
we've already got 1,200 in here.
I'm not doing 12. Change it to 24.
So that'd be another 12.
Another 12.
And how many vacant positions do we have? Do we know? I mean, how many people will this affect?
We figured it on 105. I think it said 111.
In my sheet, I had 111 positions, so but not all those are filled. So to be answering the question of how many are vacant right now, I'd have to go count.
So.
And on these sheets right here, part-time is not, is part-time reflected on that total on the back?
Part-time is included in there, but they're not set individually like who the part-time is. It's a lump sum of whatever they, because, you know, not everybody uses their part-time. So part-time is included, but probably in insurance.
So that was 70-something thousand, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you did another $100 a month, so they got $200 a month, that would be about another 70,000 or so.
That's not.
I think we could squeeze that out.
Are we counting the 2 district judges and the 2 court reporters along with Misty?
I think I
Misty
listed,
is full-time employee.
but I'm down on a separate, like, I'm not, like, are you talking about on the budget thing? On the
No,
salary thing?
I'm looking at the
So the answer
salary,
to that
salary
question
budget.
is,
No,
I guess what I'm
is that
saying,
on
Misty's the
the
only person that we count right there, out of that.
That we're talking about now, you know, they always come to us if they wanted some kind of raise.
Yeah, and they set the court reporter salaries separately.
Okay.
And
See,
it's
that's-
divided by
So
the
we're not-
counties and all that.
That's less than.
Just
what we're-
one out of the district court.
I was just looking at the contingency money that we have in special,
Yes, and that's what I'm looking at.
special places. We got more.
Well, now the special,
Special is your mom's.
Roof bill.
Ain't touching.
and if you see, that's not current money. If you look on the second page of these, you'll see from fund balance, $1,250,000 for the bottom there. Oh, by the way.
I got some more, I'll let you for it.
I didn't have any glasses. Okay. Just giving him a hard time.
That number got added since last time.
Yes,
Because that's where you come up with this 1.3.
yes.
138 difference on these bottom numbers.
Well, now, no, isn't that, oh, you mean
312.
from before?
Yeah.
Because this balances the revenues and this.
Okay. Did you have to turn around and take
Yes,
that?
because I didn't have-
balance, you take that off of it.
Yes, I didn't have it in the draft because we weren't taking that out of our regular budget
But
money.
you take that number off of that other balances.
Yeah, it's just got 750 and 500 and that's that. But now the 750 is if we do the outside of the courthouse. If we don't, then we won't spend any of that, because that's coming out of fund balance. And then the 500 was if we had to replace these roofs, any of these roofs. That is out of that fund
Are
balance.
we gonna try to get Brian's roof out of
Okay,
this
no,
year?
that's out of regular money.
That's not,
We're gonna get that in this budget. Or at least most of it done.
We'll see.
so the amount of money here it's not,
Those two, we shouldn't, we could, but we shouldn't spend those last two, the 500 or the 750. But above that, that contingency, at 297,000, we could pay it out of that and just have 200,000 contingency. I just, when we had everything in here, we had a little bit of extra money. It won't be extra by the time we get to it, but, for example, that 2,500 on the computers and some other things that people will be talking about along the way that is needed that we didn't get on here. But
Well, right now, as of this budget year, we have 162,609.85 left in contingency this year. Now, and we got what, August, September, and October, August and September, 2 months left over here. So how much do we have, earmarked? Do we know what his roof's gonna cost, or is it like, do we get?
we haven't got anything in yet. I'm estimating
I'm
150.
trying to, what I would like, I mean,
But I have no
what would be
idea.
best for all would be not raise the tax rate and find the money somewhere in this budget, somehow or another. It's about 200.
That's what I'm saying, in this, on that contingency of the 297, we could, if it's,
What page is it?
if it's, that is page 42, if you're figuring out what it's really gonna cost, right? We could do that and not have to raise taxes. We may not eat next week, but we
Ma'am?
could.
We could probably always, I would think we could find some somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But look at. You see that? The bottom two, now if you, we still have enough money in capital outlay, not contingency for this year, to pay for that roof across on Ron's building, if we can get it going. Happy days.
And so that we still have 162,000 in contingency, right?
Well, I don't know. The contingency just keeps,
Well, we
we
haven't,
use it a
we
lot
haven't
these
spent the
days.
258,000 that's in special contingency this year, and that's what we've now earmarked for, the DA roof. That's the 258, you can look at that, and it's still there, special,
Yeah.
special. So,
We can get that roof built now, which I think we can.
But for 24, it's 258.
Clyde, what money is left in contingency for this year will roll over into our fund balance. If that's what you're talking about, the
Can that be
100,000.
used next year? It rolls over, it can be used next year?
It'll be part of our fund balance. She's taking part of it and putting it in. You know,
It goes back to next year's budget, so that would be some money we could possibly kill. That goes back in the budget.
Well, we'd have to budget for it, we'd have to increase, and the budget, well, we would have to increase, we could show it coming out of fund balance. Yes, you're correct. Okay.
But we're still using it, remember, we've still got August and September that things are coming up, and we're still using it,
So
so,
right at the end, it's,
Yeah,
it's
right.
our money.
yes.
So how much would it cost for another $100 a month for those people?
Brian, there's 6 people in your office. Yes, sir. And then the sheriff's office is 16, and the jail 14, is that right?
We have 13 in the jail and, says 16 on the street. I think we got 28 total, which I got 2 openings. So technically 30 people.
There's no taxes.
So roughly 36 people were involved in the SB 22. Give or take 2. You're saying 34, 2 open positions. I wasn't counting open positions.
Yeah, okay.
But now,
But I'm
I
sure
was
that's
just trying to
got,
think how many employees I had in there, because it's like 49, 50 altogether right now. But,
Probably doesn't make much of a difference, but I was not eligible for Senate Bill 22 money.
yes.
So maybe, depending, I don't know where y'all are going, if y'all do going to elected officials or not.
$200 a month if we raise it, yes.
Believe me, if that's make or break, I'll forego it, but I'm just saying, if you're truly breaking this down by
I
who.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Anyway,
I do know that.
just because of the way they did it last time.
Well, Sheriff, just a question for me, just only for me. Did all your deputies get that money, they got the money?
Y'all set, yes, y'all set the new salary rate at 50,000.
Okay, this is just for my information.
Yes.
Right? It doesn't- We have Larry sitting over here, is he going, he didn't
Wait,
get
what
that
were you
money?
gonna say? You're pointing at me.
No, I was saying, he comes out of a separate
He
budget.
does, but
Yes.
he works for you.
But but he can't get the SB 22 because he doesn't work the street
He doesn't work the street.
at all, yeah. That's why he
So he
wasn't
gets the
eligible.
regular raise that we do for him.
Yeah, and I will say, because I don't know what that's even set at still, because it's been a long time since we've had to replace that position. That's probably something that needs to be looked at as far as the starting salary wise, because he doesn't make near what we make.
And I'm gonna tell you, that guy makes the first impression on
Yeah.
everybody that comes in this courthouse, that he does an outstanding job.
Yes.
I don't care if he knows you're not, if I come in here, he's gonna walk out that door and check me and make sure that I'm here to do business. I don't
Yeah.
care who it is. Some little lady got locked outside, somebody told me about somebody, and then she fell or something, and he was right there to help her. And,
Yes.
I mean, the guy is an asset to this courthouse.
Oh, yeah.
Can I add something
When
to
he's
that?
not here, it hurts us everywhere.
The thing I got, I mean, it's just me, he doesn't get the money because he doesn't make traffic stops.
That's the main reason.
Okay, just let me, I'm not trying to pick up, I'm just
No,
trying to
yeah,
get
go
information.
ahead.
Okay, so does your investigators make traffic stops?
They absolutely
Traffic
can.
stops,
They
not.
can.
Yes,
He
they have the ability to. He does not.
He has traffic stops every day when people come in here, he stops every one of them.
I'm in for.
I get it, yeah, I get it.
I'm just saying.
But that has been asked in the AG's office, and that's the deal.
Can I add something to your
Yes.
comment? Clyde, if I could add something to your comment, I know y'all paid the 50,000 out of the general fund, so technically you could raise him up to that as a deputy because you paid it out of the general fund. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we could, that's what I said, we could. We could give him a raise, it wouldn't be a SB 22 thing.
Right.
We can give him a raise, sure, we've talked about that.
Yes.
If you wanted him making the same as deputies, but.
Surely needs a raise, a bigger raise.
But if you need him in the middle of the night, Jeremy, you can't call him?
I mean, technically I could, yes.
He doesn't have a
We don't have,
vehicle.
we don't give him a vehicle or anything.
He used to.
He didn't worry about the traffic stop.
We use flatbed on the truck,
And they still didn't get him here.
But no, I agree. He is valuable to, I mean, when he's not here, it messes up my whole flow of everything.
All of
So,
us,
yeah, literally, because we have to take from other places and,
yeah.
uh,
What
Well,
number is that? 92. 92. 92, right here, 92.
And we
We
transferred
talked about it,
in,
we didn't ever put anything on that, about maybe adjusting that, we surely did. Of course, then he'd probably leave us, I did, just to come out, wouldn't it?
Where's he going?
92, it's on here.
that's great.
He makes 45.
Larry,
Yeah.
He makes 45.
Last year, 44,721. With one,
Yeah, the 45 that's on there is with that 12
The
thing.
45 is not included.
They got on the 12.
Currently it's at 44.
Yes, it is.
starting,
It says right there.
not him, the starting
I
salary.
have to go with it.
What is the starting salary for that, for Larry?
It's 40. I don't know, we have to look at the.
See, that's the pay
I mean,
scale.
that's the base. He's just on the deputy.
No, that's what he's getting. What is the starting salary?
Courthouse. Oh.
Because he's
No,
getting
that's
on
chief
that
deputy
7 or 8
for
raises.
regular offices. It'd be on the other sheet.
But it's 30.
He did 45,921.
Courthouse security, right? Courthouse deputy, right here.
Starting pay 34,560.
He makes 45 right now.
sounds like both the starting salary and his, he'd get a raise, but the starting salary also sounds like it needs to be.
We're gonna be looking at this and redo these whole hiring things.
Yeah.
Okay,
Some
so
starting
what
salary.
did you come out with, how much it's gonna cost to do that?
I was just counting employees.
Okay,
How many did you come up with?
so if it was 1,200.
110,
Okay, I had 111, so yeah.
I could have missed one.
Well, I may have somebody in there
Now,
that,
those open positions wouldn't get,
I wasn't counting open positions.
Okay.
they wouldn't get the raise this year, correct?
it just depends if you fill them before.
Hmm?
I guess it would depend if you fill them before y'all decided. Like, I know, I believe county clerk has one that they're currently trying to fill, is that correct?
Still.
Oh, it is filled, okay, my bad.
It's still now.
And Clyde, I know you had one that you advertised for, but I didn't know if you were gonna get it filled before, correct? Didn't you have one that you advertised for?
Mm-mm, I didn't
Oh,
have
we
to
had
do it.
a
Might
sheet in
have to
our
do it.
office.
So the only open position is in the sheriff's office, is that right? You have an open position?
Yes.
Judge Grant does. Yeah. I didn't show the one yet in the county clerk, so I'll get it fixed on our sheet. That CID funny one in the sheriff's department that we carry, so it's technically not open, but I do show you have it open.
We just have two.
She's supposed to have one
That's it. We have 2 deputy spots.
for everybody. Did you count the elected, everybody?
I mean, the dispatch is short too, but.
Are you counting one of those as the SB 22?
Yeah.
So,
SB 22 and then one.
It comes out, I'm talking about everybody. Now, y'all can do, I'm talking about everybody, it'd be $264,000. Can we find some whittling on that?
I can't wiggle that much.
Huh?
I don't think I can wiggle that much.
You think you can?
Judge Grant,
He
at one
said
time,
whittle,
y'all,
not whittle, but
Whittle.
he whittled.
Either one.
Whittle it, not whittle it.
All right, what are we talking about now?
at one time you had 2 positions in the dispatch that y'all told me to put into this budget sheet, and I'm not taking those out. They show open. I didn't know what you wanted
We
with those.
put that amount to transfer over to, you figured out 2 open spots, didn't you?
Yeah, she left them in there.
Yes. Yes.
So just speaking of that, there should be 2 in dispatch. That hasn't been.
We could get some there.
We've had several applications for that position, but we put it off thinking we were gonna be moving already, and we haven't. So I wasn't gonna do the hiring, I was gonna let the board do the hiring since they're taking over, and here we sit. But you can't only put 3 people in that dispatch we're in right now anyway. So tight. But over there, you're gonna need them. Need them now, really.
Did you use the 111?
Just 110, 110 and 2,400. It's 200 a month per employee. So I took 24, took 100, so I took the 200 times 12 times 110. The other side of that coin is some people have already gotten raises when others didn't. that's what makes it so hard for.
It does make it hard.
You know, but was that county money or was that somebody else's money, correct? I mean, that stuff's,
That's the way I see it, we're getting $350,000 from the state, it wasn't, you know, and then y'all budgeted that, but that freed up $350,000 for just about anything I need in my office that don't have to come from local government. We're already getting 2 cars at least out of them, and with the amount of money we have left over, I mean,
The only thing the county is having to pay in addition to that is certificate pay. Can't pay that out of this between the two.
Yeah, right, right.
So we do.
so how much do you have left over?
I think, auditor, 152,000.
157, but that's, we haven't, we didn't have that other person.
That's what we have right now, this year. Next year starts all over.
So we're gonna do the cars, finish the cars up with that, or what?
I'm waiting on him to tell me what he wants to do with that 157.
Sent to you an email yesterday.
Yeah, what is
I mean, it's, I don't think I'm gonna be able to spend it all, honestly. Cause we're looking at because the cars, we've been told now are pushed to January. So.
We're still waiting on 6 cars.
6 cars. Yep. And we already put an intent in to order 2 more. So there's 8 cars that we're looking at getting. But I have $157,000 left out of that SB 22 money.
What about those Explorers that are ready to go?
We can have one here, that's what that email is to you. It's the buy board, a thing and everything. They can have it here in like a week.
Now,
Not
I
two?
thought there was 2.
There's 1 for now, and that leaves us with, probably close to $80,000 at least.
How much do they cost?
They're about the same as the Tahoes. After you put everything on them, about $90,000.
Okay, so
About
that's $90,000 a piece, that's $180,000.
Yep.
You have 130,
157.
157.
157? So if you went and purchased those cars now, and we added whatever to that, we'd have 2 cars ready to go.
Yeah, we're getting 1. That's what I sent in the email because we can for sure get 1, and he's sitting on his lot right now that we can pick up.
Well, why are we getting it?
We are. That's why I sent it to
Is there another one available?
There will be. That's what we put the 2 intents for
No, I'm
next
talking
year.
about that's available right now.
I don't think so. I think that's why we went with the 1. They said we'd have more by October, which I'm thinking ahead because I'm getting another $350,000 next year to buy 2 more
I know, but we've gotta do something right
with
now with this
with
one.
this money. Yes.
Let's do this
I
one.
thought there was 2 for Explorer. Devin told me there was 2.
We were trying to get 2. There was 20. There was 20 2 weeks ago, but we thought we were getting our vehicles in September. I wasn't fixing to get 2 more cars, and then we get 2 in December. Then we've gone over our amount. So we've been trying to. That's why we were trying to figure out how much money we had in SB 22. Because I can't spend what I don't know I have. Now that I know.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, there you go. And anybody, y'all understand that, but I can't go order something that I don't know how much money we have. So,
I
If
told
it's
you
a little
days
over, we
ago.
can make the difference up.
Yeah,
I
keep
told you
losing.
days ago.
I know you told me days ago, I also know I asked for 2 weeks prior to that, and I asked you multiple times, and I never got
No, you
anything.
did not.
And I did, and then I have emailed her yesterday, which she doesn't know because she just asked me about it. It went to her yesterday, where I had 1 with the buy board price and everything, so we know exactly how much it would cost, and that it would for sure be here by the end of this budget. The 1. That leaves us with that much money still left over that we need to spend on. I mean, if they have another vehicle, of course we can buy another vehicle. That's fine. That's the good issue we have. We have extra money there. That's the good issue. I'm worried about next year because I got $350,000. I buy 2 cars, possibly 3
We're
now.
gonna lose money this year if we don't do something.
I think for the majority of that money is going to be spent. I'm in the process of trying to spend it.
Okay.
But I just found out how much I had, literally.
Okay.
Take a break.